This terrifying discovery was caught on camera. When a woman vanished between two frames of a security camera, no one could explain what happened to her, but some believe that whatever took her was evil. This has to be one of the most terrifying stories to come out of 2019. And even though the police were able to release a statement about their findings, they still don't know what happened to this woman. If you want to hear more terrifying stories like this one, stay tuned. The beginning. It was 11:30 p.m. on Thursday, June 6, 2019. The woman we will refer to as Eliza was walking alone down a deserted street in downtown Los Angeles. Security cameras rolled as she strolled along the sidewalk, passing by parked cars until she got to a busy intersection. She walked into view of a large screen displaying an advertisement for a local car dealership. Eliza continued moving forward, stepping off camera. That's when the footage captured something unbelievable. She appeared calmly in the frame mere seconds ago, but now she had vanished. At first glance, it seemed like nothing out of the ordinary. She was just another pedestrian strolling home late at night. But as the clock struck midnight and the seconds ticked by, she still hadn't reappeared. It was only a moment later that the people inside the store noticed she wasn't on the other side of the road. They checked the security monitors and saw the woman had simply vanished the moment she turned. It was around 11:35 p.m. when the employees realized that something strange was going on. They had already assumed that Eliza had simply walked out of frame and onto the other side of the intersection. But after waiting for several minutes, she still hadn't shown up. To make matters more puzzling, when they looked back at the footage to check if she had crossed the street, they discovered that she had turned to look directly at the camera. It was almost as if she knew she was being filmed. It was a brief moment that lasted less than a second. In fact, it's only visible when you pause the video in the right frame. Otherwise, it would have been easy to miss altogether. Some people say that it was a coincidence, but others are convinced that she was trying to send a message to whoever was watching. The possibilities are endless. Maybe she had a stalker following her, or maybe she knew there was someone dangerous lurking nearby. Whatever the case may be, it was a shocking twist in an otherwise routine evening. Vanished without a trace. Nobody could understand how she had disappeared without leaving a trace. The store employees watched the video over and over again, desperate to figure out where she could have gone. It was a dead end, though. No one could come up with any answers. They immediately called the police and reported the incident. When officers arrived at the scene, they began searching the area, but they couldn't find any signs of Eliza. The more time that passed, the more worried everyone became. Where could she have gone? Had someone kidnapped her? Or maybe she had simply gotten lost and was wandering around somewhere. But those hopes soon faded away. As hours passed, it became clear that none of them knew what had happened to her. The search continued for days. The police went door to door asking neighbors if they had seen anything, but as far as they knew, no one had seen or heard from her since she vanished from the security footage. Every lead seemed to go nowhere, and the mystery only deepened with each passing day. Theories abound. After the CCTV footage of the missing woman was released to the public, people began to speculate about what could have happened. Some thought it might have been a case of human trafficking, while others believed that something more sinister was at play. Theories about supernatural phenomena began to surface as well. Could this be the work of ghosts or demons? But as days turned into weeks with still no sign of Eliza, it was clear that there were more questions than answers. What was the last place you saw her? Had she been followed, or was this all just a horrible coincidence? It's hard to say, but one thing's for sure, this case has left many people baffled and scared. A terrifying thought. Many people couldn't help but wonder if Eliza had been abducted. After all, it seemed highly unlikely that she would have vanished into thin air. Had someone managed to snatch her away without anyone noticing? The thought was both terrifying and disturbing. As the days went by, the police continued to investigate every lead. But unfortunately, they never received any concrete answers. They looked through hours of surveillance footage from neighboring businesses, hoping to catch a glimpse of her or see where she might have gone. But unfortunately, their efforts were in vain, an unexplainable gap. With no leads to follow up on, the police were at a loss. They were puzzled by the lack of evidence and frustrated that they couldn't bring her home to her worried family and friends. One thing that kept them scratching their heads was the small gap between the two frames. It was as if someone had literally cut out the footage of her disappearing. They checked the camera angles and determined that it was physically impossible for her to have moved out of frame without being detected. And yet that's exactly what the footage showed. The technology was checked to ensure there had been no glitches or errors, but everything was in order. It was as though the camera had taken a break in the middle of recording, which was also ruled out because the camera had been on the entire time. The police were left baffled, and the case was eventually closed with no answers. The last moments. For many, the CCTV footage of Eliza's disappearance is a haunting reminder of just how quickly life can change in an instant. It's a sobering thought that one moment you can be strolling through your daily routine, and the next you could be vanished without a trace. In the blink of an eye, she went from being a normal person walking home to a missing person with no answers. Her last moments captured on camera, forever cementing her disappearance in the minds of those who witnessed the footage. It's a mystery that continues to baffle and terrify viewers to this day. A message from beyond the grave. Some believe that the message she sent in that split second was a warning to those who were watching. Maybe she knew that something dangerous was lurking in the shadows and tried to get the attention of those around her. But whatever her intentions may have been, her message went largely unnoticed. It wasn't until she vanished from the camera that people realized the gravity of the situation. But by then it was too late. Eliza was gone, and there was no way to contact her. Psychic hotspots. Some claim that the spot where she vanished is a psychic hotspot, meaning that paranormal activity is heightened. Some say that this is why she was taken, because she accidentally stumbled into a portal or was chosen for a ritual sacrifice. However, there's no proof of these claims, and as with all psychic phenomena, they remain highly debated. Could there be more to this case than meets the eye? Perhaps, but without concrete evidence, it's hard to say for sure. Still missing. It's been over 4 years since Eliza was last seen on that security camera, and despite the efforts of the police and her loved ones, she still hasn't been found. The mystery of her disappearance remains unsolved, and the CCTV footage serves as a constant reminder of the unanswered questions surrounding her case. The chilling clip has been viewed millions of times online and continues to baffle viewers around the world. As the years pass, the hope of finding her dwindles, and the only thing that remains is the haunting image of a woman who vanished without a trace. An unsolved mystery. This is one of the most frightening cases ever caught on camera, and it serves as a stark reminder of just how unpredictable life can be. In the blink of an eye, everything can change, and sometimes there are no answers to be found. The CCTV footage of Eliza's disappearance is a haunting reminder of that, and it's likely that the mystery surrounding her case will continue to baffle and terrify viewers for years to come. Some say she was taken by something beyond our understanding. Others believe she simply walked into another reality. If this story chilled you to the bone, subscribe for more terrifying tales from the dark side of reality, only here on ShadowFoxis.